Okay, we're now live. What is this?
Hello, welcome to a show and tell. It is so exciting. It is so wonderful. It's our show and tell. We do this every week, 7:30 p.m. on Google Hangouts. You, the viewers, who are in your little boxes, will show off your cool maker projects, hacker projects, synthesizers, more synthesizers, costumes, LEDs, motorized sliders, 3D printed things, Wiley boxes, whatever it takes. You will show it off while we hang out and be entertained by you. We will call on you in the order we see you. In the meantime, please mute your mics.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it. You covered it all well.
Yay!
I'm not needed. I'm just going to go in the corner.
No, you need it for camera control.
Okay.
We're also going to start off with Tony DeCola. Everyone else just mute your mics and chill out. We have to get out of here at 7:50, so please be concise.
We'll get everybody. Full house, but we'll get through it. All right, Tony DeCola from Adafruit Northwest. How's it going this week?
Hey, oh good, yeah. So I've got a Halloween project. It's the Track Your Treats GPS candy tracker. And so it's a little candy container, but there's a button here that you'll see is flashing. And basically what I've got inside of here is the GPS shield. So this is the GPS shield with an Arduino, just an Uno or a Metro. And the idea is you take this out and it will log your GPS location every 15 seconds to the SD card on the GPS shield. So you can see where you went to get candy. And then the button, when you press the button, it will actually log and say this location has good candy. So as you're going around, you can mark the houses that you should go back to next year, you know, because they've got like candy bars and things. And real quickly, I'll just show a screen share to show. Let's see if this works.
This is like what a 7-year-old, like if you could make anything, what would you make? I would make it the candy tracker and go back and get candy.
Well, you can then share it with your friends.
Yeah.
Like these are the best.
Exactly, yeah.
And for the adults, you can also use this for the places that have alcohol.
Well, the cool thing is this is how startups happen. Like there's going to be a social network for where candy's at.
No,
totally, yeah.
It's like Yelp, but for candy.
Exactly, exactly. Do you see the screen share?
Yeah, you have this green.
Okay, cool. So this is basically Google on Google Maps. You can import a CSV file, like a comma-separated file, and that's what I've done here. And so this is the data that's logged by the tracker, and it actually shows, like, here are the rows with the latitude and the longitude, and then the location that says if it has good candy or not. And so it's actually showing, like, here's just the spots I visited, and then here are the spots that are marked when I press that button. So it's kind of cool. You can walk around the neighborhood and say, okay, this house is good. You know, ignore this one maybe next year. So cool, kind of fun project that in the week, about a week or so, I'll probably have it out and just in time for Halloween.
I hate that people give it like apples. Ugh, come on, man. Snickers bars are GTFO. Thanks, Tony D, for an awesome and timely project.
All right.
Next up.
No
Pedro.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Cool. So last week we shared a project on this DIY slider that we put together. It's motorized using the Arduino Uno and Adafruit Motor Shield. This week we're going to share a project on, or the same project really, but how to build it. So that's what's going to be this week's video. And I just want to do a quick little demo of it here. So I have the Adafruit Bluefruit LE Connect app, which works on Android, iOS, or even desktop. So a couple buttons here. So I can hit number 4, for example, to make it go from left to right or right to left, whichever way it is right now. And it's just a really simple camera slider. It's using a couple hardware bits, a couple 3D printed parts, and you can find out more about it on the guide, the Adafruit Learning guide that we have, and I think that's it. It's a really fun one. I've been doing a lot of time lapses and things. Here we're showing it with this massive DSLR body with a really nice fancy lens, but it also works with a GoPro and a camera. And the reason why we have a DSLR here is just to show that it can push like 5 pounds, so that's fun.
Yeah, no, that's impressive that zipper motor has no problem. It's micro-stepping for extra smoothness, and then you can have an angle, and it's just like...
vertically, too, which is the cool part. Whoa! Thanks, Pedro. But anyway, it's a really nice project, and we'll be using it a lot in here and there things. So.
Yeah, I like how it's funny. It's like all the parts in the store are not designed to make this, but it's like the slider. It's like not exactly the same length, but you 3D printed parts and you got it precise and working. It looks like it's perfect. I mean, almost like it was designed to be that way. So nice work.
Yeah, thank you.
And this was a collaboration between y'all.
Yeah, Kevin Townsend and Phil B helped out on the software.
All right. I love it when that plan comes together. All right. Yeah. Thanks. Great project. And what I love is it's a project that's going to be used to make more projects.
Exactly. Cool. Cool.
All right, next up,
Tony Sherwood
Tony Sherwood,
also works at Adafruit.
special guest.
Yeah. We have multiple Tonys.
Okay, so I was looking at different Arduino-based synths that I could build, and I found this chip called the SoundGen, and it's a PIC that has some closed source programming on it to make it into a 6-oscillator synth. I got one of the last 3 of them in the world, and so...
Whoa, no pressure.
Yeah, I built this board, and I don't know if you can see it over here.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Yep.
So we've got an Atmel 328 running the whole thing, and it talks to MIDI on the input side and outputs to the SoundGen. And the guy's example firmware didn't compile even for me, so I've been fighting with it for a couple weeks now, and it sometimes works, but I'm working with people to try to make it work better, and then what I'd like to do is re-implement the chip as open source Arduino code, so you can just drop another Atmega in there. And
all right, you've got a project ahead of you.
Yeah.
There's only 3 left. There's only one way to go, and you can't contact the designer. They won't release the code, even though the project's dead.
sold the code to somebody else that theoretically is making the chip, but they've stopped production, so it's kind of in limbo.
Yep. That's what happens with closed source. Well, I think it will live again, thanks to you, Tony Sherwood.
Okay, outstanding.
Okay.
All right, next up, Richard. How's it going?
Hey, Richard.
Hey guys, so sorry I'm on my phone today because my computer isn't working again, but I think I can still show you the project here. Let me switch the camera around. So this was something that I actually talked to you guys about me doing with the Huzzah. So what I actually just wrote a learning guide on it as well. And what I'm doing is I have the one Huzzah that is communicating with Adafruit I/O, and it's actually bringing up the settings on the LED here. So if I press like the red button, you can see on I/O it's going to change to number 1, and it's going to change the LED to red. And it'll cycle through all the different colors. I'm also using a couple of different features of the Adafruit I/O to show. You can see I've got the gauge there, which is actually tracking the state of the buttons. I've got the live feed, but I've also used the conditional part that you guys have, so that I'm updating that with a status. Eventually, this is going to be like a notification button for my fiance, who was unfortunately hit by a car on her scooter and has to be in bed for the next 10 weeks. And so this is a way we're going to use for her to let me know what she needs. That's why it's saying I'm thirsty right now. I was having a little bit of trouble. As you can see, it's not really updating, and it stopped today, so I got to figure out what's up with that. But I know it's in beta, so. But that's kind of what I have so far.
You got the LEDs working, so that's good. And you can tie this in with if this and that or Zapier. So when it changes the feed, it can IM you or email you or send you a text message that way. So you don't have to even be home. You can be you're running an errand and she sends you a message. You can get it even when you're like on your cell phone.
Yeah, I have tried that with the cell phone with if then that, but it takes a really long time to get those notifications.
Oh, right. Because they buffer them for 15
Yeah,
minutes.
for instance, you might want to do something like IM over Zapier to text message. You got choices.
Yeah.
They have like a million ways to do it. It just depends on what speed you want.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out, and I got it set up to do text messages originally, and I'd get no text messages, and then in 15 minutes I'd get like 50 text messages telling me all the states.
Yeah,
There's also notification within Adafruit I/O. It's not as in depth as if this and that, but you can have it send you a message that way.
It actually works really quickly, like from pushing the button to changing. So this one is always checking the status of Adafruit I/O. So I think the push messaging from the REST API is working really fast. It's just not with everything else.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your partner's injury, but you get to now do tons of awesome projects to help her out.
Yeah.
Oh, the silver lining?
Yeah.
Necessity
is invention. All right, next up is Ken. Hey, Ken, welcome to the show and tell. Unmute your mic and show us your drawing robot.
Hey, it's I don't think I've been on your show since you moved to Wednesdays. It's been a long time.
All right.
We have no concept of time. We just saw you yesterday, we think.
We got a workshop coming up for chicktech.org. It's going to be about 15 high school girls going to make a robot. We got like 15 hours over 2 days. So I'm using all Adafruit gear here. I've got the Trinket Pro. I'm using the servos. I'm sorry, the steppers for motor control. And hopefully
that's cool.
it's all 3D printed. So all the design files are open SCAD. And so I've got this all written up. We're just doing some testing just to try and get the rough edges off. But it's kind of fun when you get around to kind of putting some algorithms in, have it try and draw some random stuff out. So it's kind of fun.
That's really nice.
So that's what I got for you.
Yeah.
Great timing with the live demo spelling out Adafruit. Well, please email us for as seen on Show and Tell sticker. Email support@adafruit.com. And if you could take any photos from the conference workshop event, 3D printing bonanza robot fun, send it in too.
You betcha.
All right. Nice and fast robot. That's pretty for a stepper motor. That's
this is
cooking.
This is a cool project. I like this.
I kind of want to wait to see what it says, but we'll come back.
No, it says Adafruit.
No, it says something else.
It's going to say like rocks or something, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, I know what robots sound like.
Adafruit robot. Okay.
Right.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Riley?
Riley. Hello, Riley. How's it going? Show us your
Riley.
project.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Hey.
So this week I just wanted to show you guys this VR headset that I 3D printed, and it works with my iPhone, and it's pretty cool. This was the first prototype I had. It's pretty giant, but it kind of failed when I was printing it, and it actually didn't work because I didn't have the divider for the lenses and stuff, so that didn't end up working. So I made the design much smaller, and my phone is just able to slide right in, and then you can look through the lenses, and it's like virtual reality. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit like the cardboard, but this is much more sturdy.
Yeah.
iPhone. Okay. Wow, that's intense. Like you're gonna be the next Oculus. It's exciting. And then what? And then there's demos for using with it. That do you have to download a special app to have 3D or what?
So there are just a bunch of apps I have actually that are just on the App Store, and there's some pretty cool like roller coaster simulator things, and it's pretty cool actually.
Okay, awesome. Are you gonna make a strap, or are you just gonna hold it up?
I think I'm eventually gonna make a strap or something because this was just my first attempt. Well, this was my first attempt, but it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to see if I could actually get it working first. So I'm gonna work on adjusting, making like the lenses adjustable, so you can like screw it like in and out to adjust the distance from your eyes, so it's easier to see and stuff.
All right, this is awesome. That's a great project. Congratulations on making it a working one. Come back when you have more updates. I'd love to see where you take this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Into the future.
You're going to be shipping before Facebook Oculus.
I know.
This is true. All right. Next up, we're going to go to Andrew, and then we'll speed round to Byron, and then see Scott. Okay. So, Andrew, go for it.
Andrew, hello.
How you doing?
Hey, pretty good, guys. It's been a long time, at least a year, but I guess no concept of time. So.
No concept of time.
Yeah, it's been a while. I got two really cool things I wanted to show you guys. One is kind of a series of projects that I've been working on. I have a pretty strict budget, or at least I say I do, but I've been trying to improve my equipment here with my 3D printer and my electronics and stay organized. And one way that I've done that is by buying cheap stuff from Harbor Freight. And you guys know there's all sorts of good stuff at Harbor Freight. But one thing that I really liked were these really cheap shelves that you can see here a little bit. I've got my computer on top of it and all sorts of like organizational stuff on there. I actually bought two of them. The nice thing is that they're maybe only unintentionally modular, but they're really easy to add to and take away from. I actually took the top shelf off of this one and put it, or that one, and then put it on this one. But what I was doing to make it even more useful for people on a budget who want a little bit more organization and stuff going on is, since they have kind of these caps on the top of the shelves, it's kind of hard to see, But this is actually something I created. But what it has is this cap on the top. When you reach the top layer, you cover it because you're not going to stack another one on. So I decided to just create a little adapter that kind of sticks in there. The tolerance wasn't quite right. But then I'm just designing these other little things that I can stick into it. And this is a keyboard tray. So I can have kind of my little shop computer that runs my 3D printer.
Like cup holder stuff, yeah.
Cell phone holder. I mean, you could do a dozen things, but just for utility, or even another one I've done is something to hold my camera that does time lapses of my print. So that's been really nice, and it's a really cheap way to add some extra value and utility to a workspace. So that's been nice. Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to do is just give you guys a big old thank you, because when I kind of stumbled across you guys, I was studying business, which I really love still. But I got so into this stuff and started to get more and more involved and did the show and tell and just kind of got crazy for this stuff. And long story short, now I work at a 3D printing company nearby called RigidBot. They did a little Kickstarter a couple of years ago, a kind of successful but kind of rocky Kickstarter. But I'm kind of helping them get back into the swing of things, and things are going really well there, and I mean, I'm doing something that I really love now, and I have you guys to thank for that in a big part. So I wanted to let you guys know.
Oh, wow.
That's great to hear that you have experience with business, but now you're able to help makers with their businesses. This is great. You're bringing your own experiences to people who probably they know a lot about 3D printing, but not a lot about business. You know a lot about business. They teach you about 3D printers, peanut butter and jelly. It's a beautiful thing.
Exactly, totally peanut butter and jelly copacetic, right?
All right. Well, thank you so much. Sometimes it's tough. I mean, the last time you were here was a year ago, and then before Ken was here when we were on Saturdays, which is like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And you know, the weekly shows that we do and everything, it takes a lot of energy. And when we hear stuff like this, it makes us want to do more. So
Yay.
Thank you so much.
Please, no, keep doing it, because I mean, it's literally changed my life, so thank you guys so much. If you need an infomercial,
This is recorded and put on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'm putting this in the highlight reel. All right. Well, of course you get a sticker. I worked it out in advance. He's getting like 2 stickers now. Thank you. Email support@adafruit.com.
Okay. We can provide people with stickers.
Yeah, all right. We're going to go to Byron and then see Scott.
Byron, hello.
Unmute your mic and show us your project. How you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
All right, cool. So I'm showing a Halloween project I'm working on. So let me move the camera real quick.
Okay, let's see this Halloween project.
All right.
Okay, that's spooky.
All right.
Spooky.
Sorry. Okay. So. I know
There you are.
lights up.
Okay.
I like the pumpkin. It has a little bit of a Jack
is it
skeleton.
foam, or what is it
thing.
that you cut it out of?
It's actually a really old decoration from a long time ago. I had it as a kid, and it doesn't work anymore. So basically, I just took out the bottom, and inside, what's underneath is just okay. Let's see.
Oh yeah. You
Pixel
get a pixel.
speaker, and there's a ESP 8266 breakout board, and the Adafruit soundboard.
Okay. So is it on Wi-Fi?
Yes.
All the pumpkins are Internet of Things now. The new trend. The Internet of Pumpkins.
Yep. So yeah, I just started getting into making stuff just a year ago. So it all started with just buying a Raspberry Pi, and then it did just envelope from there.
It's the gateway to
I just kept buying Arduino and all this electronic stuff, and I just kept getting interested in it. I'm actually a software developer and IT person as a career, but you know.
That's great. A lot of hardware now is software. I mean, you're writing code, and what's neat is instead of changing pixels on a screen, you're changing LED pixels on your pumpkin.
Okay. And I also got one of these.
That's 3D printer, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
You're set. This is not bad for the first year of a hobby. Good work, Byron. All right, well, send an email to support@adafruit.com and we'll send you an sticker. And good work on your project.
All right,
Thank
come
you.
back, show us some more projects.
Yeah.
And learn more.
All right,
C.
and
Scott.
C. Scott, play us out.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
just a couple quick things from the office again. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. It's been requested that I do Chrominous in the Euro format, which means it has to be, the boards can't be more than about 4 1/4 inches tall. So I'm splitting it into 2 logical modules, the oscillator modulator section and then the filter envelope amplifier section. And each of those sections will be 2 boards. This is the host board. It has all the knobs and jacks and switches on it. And it will directly plug onto the actual filter amplifier board in this case. So they'll plug together. The power comes in the back, and there's on the host board there is a connector in this corner to allow me to put a ribbon cable between it and its companion module, so I don't have to patch it through the front. You can patch it through the front, but you don't have to. Anyway, moving on really quickly here. Let me see if I can get the screen share to share the next thing. I was working on this little bit of code for an ATtiny85. I'm using one of your trinkets. I just want to generate a 440.0 hertz reference tone that is a PWM sine wave. Well, and the Tiny85 only has 2 timers, 0 and 1, and I wanted to use the 8-bit one, but since the Arduino compiler wants to use timer 0 for the delay routines, I had to figure out how to not have it reference it during compile. Well, I figured out if you don't use the setup or the loop declarations and just make it a main, just a generic like GCC main, it won't go look at that. I had to go plow through the subdirectories. It's like called wiring.c. It pulls the actual function definitions for the delays and millis out of it. If you don't use the stock setup and loop and just make your own, and your loops just look like a while one, you can define the timer and not have it collide.
Okay.
Now, so I'm just wanting to, if somebody else is pulling their hair out, but like, how the heck do I use timer 0 without it being like taken by default? Well, that's it.
Okay.
And finally, back to me as soon as I figure out where the stop sharing button is. There we go. I found out, it took me 2 hours to figure this out, but I submitted 4 circuit boards today, and last night I spent 2 hours trying to figure out why the drill file was not being read correctly by OshPark. And it turns out, and they don't have this like up near the surface of their troubleshooting, you have to go several pages down. Between like Eagle 7.1 and 7.2, they changed something in the way the drill files are written so that they can't read them with the existing interface there on the file, the website submission. You have to. I had to download their CAM file definition for Eagle 7.2 plus, rewrite everything, then submit those Gerbers, and everything was fine. So if OshPark's listening, make that, you've got lots of Eagle users, make that note like a little closer to the surface of like, if something went wrong, are you using Eagle 7.2 plus or something? Yeah. And that's about it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, good work.
Well, that's show and tell. We do this every single week. We're now on Wednesdays, as some of you who are longtime viewers. This is a show that people show and share their stuff and changes lives. So thank you everyone who stopped by. Riley, Richard, Ken, C. Scott, Byron, Tony, Andrew, Tony, and Noah and Pedro. We'll be doing this every week. We'll see you guys and ladies and kids and iguanas and pumpkins and cats. We'll see you all next week. And then Ask an Engineer starts in like 1 minute.
Bye.
All right. Bye, folks.